Right, let's see what this property's like after not being here for a week. We seem to be getting very close to the end of it now. However, just seems to be dragging on ever so slightly. So let's have a quick look to see how we're getting on. All right then, so let's just put this down here. In the front room, obviously the lounge, whatever you want to call it. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Okay, good. So let's get the electrics on. As you can see, hopefully everything whitewashed now, fantastic. All the electrics done. We've got a little bit of rubbish down here to make sure that gets removed there. What else really? So I think that's pretty much it. We've got some offcuts over here. We'll see what's going to happen with those. The joiner's still left bits and pieces here because I know he's got a couple of other things to do. But so far a good start. This rock wool, any of you watching this there, that rock wool there just behind, that's what we used for the insulation when we put in the stud walls upstairs. If you've been following this video, or should I say if you've been following this refurb, you'll see that upstairs directly above here, that's where it was just one open bedroom, which also included a shower in the, in the top corner and the toilet and sink in the other corner of the room. There was no wall separating or anything like that. So, so far it's good. Now from here, this door, again, if you've been following this, completely our fault. We'd ordered that a little bit too late, so that's unfortunately delaying things because obviously we should have ordered that 2 weeks earlier, which would have meant now the door will be going in this week and then the carpets could go in as well. But obviously these things have happened. Again, from this down here now, it's been nice and boxed in. That was obviously the gas meter in there where we had to bring in gas into the property. There was no gas in this property. I think it had been off for 15 years when we spoke to the Cadent, I think it was, we spoke to for that. So that cost about, I think altogether to bring that in, I think it cost about £900, I think, without going over the figures, it was about 850, 900. Now, you may think that's dear or you may think that's cheap, but I'll show you where that actually came from so you've got a good idea. Let's have a look here. It actually just came from, where we're going, this flag down here. Okay, you can see it there, can't you? So it's not as if it was brought 20 or 30 metres, you know, down a big long path or anything like that down the garden. It was brought, we lifted up that York stone, and then we're here a couple of hours, and there you go, £850, please. What's the other option? So let's go into the kitchen now. The last time I went into the kitchen, obviously I haven't been to this property for a week. The boiler still needed boxing in. What else? The handrail and spindles still needed doing. So speaking to the joiner, I believe that's all been done, but let's go a little bit of stick there. Let's go. Oh, looking very smart in here now. Splendid. What a good sight that is to see. Let's go that in. There we go. So, brilliant. Brand new kitchen. Absolutely everything brand new. The boiler there in the corner, all boxed in. And again, handrail, spindles, good. Now, you might think, why have we gone for that varnish type look there? Just to break it up ever so slightly, that's all. It just gives it, we feel, a little bit more of a touch of quality. Now, this isn't a flip project, so we've deliberately, obviously, not put additional touches on that we would do if it was a flip. However, at the end of the day, this is absolutely brand new. This property is new kitchen, new bathroom, new rewind, full plastered throughout. Obviously, brand new woodwork, which is architrave skirting. It's had everything. Now, we also said before, if you can see there, the 4-inch upstand. We've gone for that on this property just to see what it's like, really. I think this is the second property we've done it on, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it is. So rather than having tiles there, went for that. This property, though, when the carpets are done, just a little tip, we're going to make sure that it's there's a deep clean throughout, really. So every cupboard, every surface, everything, because what we want to do is when the valuer comes out, we want them to think, you know, that it's worth the amount that we're putting in. And when the managing agent comes out, we're not decided who we're going to put it with yet. When the managing agent comes out, we want them to know that this is obviously brand new as well. Just going back into this room, hopefully this camera is remaining fairly still. The windowsill, as you can see here behind me, brand new, just a little bit of trim to make it look all nice and smart. Yeah, this kitchen, really pleased with this kitchen now, definitely. If you haven't seen how this property's been going on, have a look at the previous 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos. Unfortunately, we're probably about 4 weeks behind track on this. Certain things had happened, obviously a little bit out of control, the plasterer as well. There were other bits and pieces. We did manage to get a plasterer, which was fantastic, but these things happen. Let's go upstairs then. Let's see what we've got there. Light, excellent. Again, I know I've mentioned this before, the headroom here, I think it was this step, there you go, that step there, my head was already touching what is here, the back bedroom. So you had to make sure we took some off there. Good. This, the last time I was here as well, so yeah, we need a little bit of MDF in there to fill that in from where they'd taken some room off. That's all done and dusted down there as well. Nice little bit of trim, fantastic. So let's go into the back bedroom first. All the doors are closed. I think pretty much just ready for carpet. Fantastic. All ready for carpet. And if you haven't watched this video before, the property I'm going to show you there, the one in red there, that sold for $140, which is fantastic. We purchased this property for $75. Exactly the same. So an L-shaped type of integrated back to back. So that's sold for $140. There's one I'm going to show you now through there, which I believe sold for $135. Again, identical layout. So this here, I'm going to show you now. All of this room behind me was obviously just one room, where the toilet was in one area, the double bed was about there, and then in the corner was the shower with amazing electrics. This is the bedroom, still a very, to say it's a terrace, it's still a good size, this. Yeah, I think additional sockets put in here. Now, chimney breasts, there was an element where we thought, should we knock this out? But if you look here, we're probably going to gain 12, 15 inches of extra room, which is fantastic. But it's all based on the end product. What were we looking to do with this? If we were looking to flip it, we would obviously knock that out, make sure that it was nice and neat and so on. I mean, it is lovely and neat, but this is BRRR. I want to make sure that the value when it comes around realises that it's done up to a decent, good standard. Everything's brand new, and hopefully we'll be able to pull out a lot of our money in this. And now this is the bit that's still holding the job up, unfortunately. Here, there we go. So we were waiting, I think it's going to be 10 days. We didn't realise it was going to be so long because previously we're not tiling this area here. It's just going to be the aqua panels or the wet wall panels, whatever you want to call them. Again, it's pretty standard procedure for that in our rentals. So if you notice now, this job is delaying other jobs. So this job here, we can't obviously fit the shower screen and fit the shower until that's done. And yeah, the bath panels down here, again, that'll be done when the flooring is done, really. So overall, this property, have a look at some of the other ones, some of the other videos that we've done on this property. See how it's come along over the last 3 months. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, though. Don't be shy. Make sure you subscribe. And you'll see how it's progressed. So like I said, purchase price of 75, and then stamp duty was 37.50, plus legals at about 1,400-1,500. So we're all in for just over 80, then the refurb and so on. So I'll do a detailed refurb, breakdown of the costs maybe in a week or 2 weeks and so on, and then take it from there. But again, if you're looking to implement the BRRR, you need to make sure that you're picking up properties where you can add a lot of value, okay? Or obviously purchase them ridiculously underpriced. Now, just be aware of obviously purchasing 25% BMV and all this type of stuff. If that's your only strategy, you're going to struggle. It's like going into, if you're a plumber and you've only got one tool to use, or if you're a joiner and you've only got one, it's that type of mindset. Like I tell all my mentees, you need to make sure that you've got lots of knowledge up here that you can implement dependent on the situation. At the end of the day, you've got to go into it thinking, how can I make money? How much money do I want to make? What's the strategy I'm going to implement to do that? It's not always going to be buy to let. You might want to choose to do a couple of flips to get the lumps of cash to then start building your own portfolio, whatever it is. But you need to make sure that you're learning and picking up various like a class's tools really. So listen, if you're interested, have a look, follow the link in the video, check out the Black Belt Property Academy. So we take pretty much white belt beginners onto black belt, okay? I want to make sure that they're improving the knowledge, the cash flow and the wealth and so on. So anybody that's never watched any of my videos before, I'm a 6-degree black belt and I've taught probably over 10,000 students, graduated, taken hundreds to black belt, built lots of instructors, senseis. So it's the same type of format really with our mentoring program. We just want to work with committed, keen individuals that are willing to learn and that understand that the mindset is probably the biggest part of the puzzle really. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the brief walk around here. Let's just have a quick look in here again. Looking nice and neat, that isn't it? Definitely. So subscribe to the channel before I finish. If this was a flip, we would make sure that there are, let's have a listen, soft close doors and drawers and so on. But again, it's looking very sharp, it's looking very neat. We're happy. We wish we brought it in 3 or 4 weeks earlier, but at least the jobs continue to move and it won't be long before this is rented out. We've got our money back and again, it's on to another one and we'll take it from there. Good luck everybody. Keep taking steps further forward. Hope you gain some value. Just make sure you keep getting up, keep showing up, invest in this mindset as well. All right? It's going to help or hinder you. Really invest in this mindset. Anyway, take care. All the best.